Welcome to Launch Your Classroom. I'm Kyle Pope. As a professional development series, we are pleased to bring effective teaching methods and strategies to you on a weekly basis. After all, it is our goal to help educators become as successful as possible in the classroom. Through our experience working towards that goal, we've been able to get into schools across the United States and witness great educators firsthand. We would like to celebrate their successes. So today, on a special episode of Launch Your Classroom, we're going to hear from some amazing teachers in their own words. Here are their stories.
You ready for another day of helping teachers?
Absolutely. Can't wait to get the first call.
Hey, I wonder where Kyle is.
Still nothing?
Hey guys, where's Kyle? Out on a mission?
We haven't seen him today, and it's been real quiet.
I'll go find out what's going on. Hey guys, Kim,
Oh, hey, Andres.
why aren't you in the monitoring center? And where's Kyle? Is there a problem?
Quite the opposite. Everything is great. And Kyle's out speaking with teachers who are doing exceptional work in their classrooms.
Really?
Yeah, here, let's take a look.
I didn't choose teaching. Teaching chose me. I'm Jermaine. I am from one of, if not the toughest community in Jamaica. And I'm glad I'm in the classroom because they want you, the teacher, to see them for them and not judging them by where they're from, their socio-economical status, stuff like that. Students best learn when they are involved in what they are doing. Gone are the days when you just stand and talk. That's boring. Kids don't want that. You need activities. Learning is about making stuff practical. I have an engagement strategy that I use, the 4 corners.
So Jermaine, what is this exactly?
Well, this is one of our answer choices from one of our 4 corners activity. I read the question to them, which of these answers best supports this claim? And they were supposed to pick between A, B, C, D to see which of the corners they need to go and stand. Once they are in the corner, then I have them talking with each other as to say why. After they finish discussing or collaborating, then I have one person from that group to share out.
You're holding them
Accountable, yeah. But it's important to have students be moving in the classroom because sometimes they need it. It refreshes the brain, it refreshes the mind, it refreshes their thinking. And it's even easier to have classroom management once they are doing and they are working.
Jermaine, I'm really interested in the way that you have set your groups up here. Can you explain how you use groups?
Yeah, it's relatively simple. I use them to do my collaboration, so have them turning and talking, just like we are. Sometimes you have them turn to their face partners, right? So you may give them 30 seconds to discuss a particular topic, and they are not stopping. They are just going back and forth until the 30 seconds elapse, right? The round robin now, you have everybody in the group talking. After doing that, right, I may select the letter A's to share out, or I'm gonna ask my B's. So they don't know who you're gonna call on, so that means they have to participate. Let me make mention of this one. I use my timer a lot, so you may have them turn and talk for, let's say, a minute. So once they see the time that they are working with, right, they know that, all right, come on, we have 30 seconds left, let's keep going, right? You're getting ideas from your friend and your friend is getting ideas from you. And if, let's say, both of you guys, let's say, have this same response or close to the same response, then you feel more comfortable and more confident with your response. You get everybody involved. And you don't just want to talk to Kyle, but you want to talk to John, or you want to talk to Abby, or you want to talk to Tiffany, or whatever. So you get everyone involved because, as you said, we're a family.
Jermaine, what is this about?
You want to know your student. If you don't know your student, you may very well, let's say, create an enemy to that child. You don't know what this child is going through. You don't know what he has to endure when he left here and go home. You can help this child, not only in the classroom, but as a person. Because at the end of the day, every child can learn and every child must learn.
Just like Jermaine said, students remember information best when they gather it through active learning and then share what they've discovered with each other. You can get students up, moving, and talking about your classroom content with a strategy called the 3-question interview. First, divide your students into 2 groups. Name one group A and the other group B. Let's get started. Give everyone in group A the same handout with 2 questions drawn from the material of your lesson, and give everyone in group B 2 different questions. Have your students read their questions quietly, and then give them 2 minutes for each of them to create an original question of their own.
I wonder what makes a good question.
Oh, I know what mine will be.
Once your students have had enough time to read your questions, consider them, and write a unique one of their own, it's time to get moving. Okay, class, if you're in group A, find a partner from group B. You have 15 seconds. Ready, set, go. All right, partners, please answer each other's question number 1. You have 1 minute starting, boop, now. Timers are essential for keeping students on task during activities like this. Time's up. All right, let's find a new partner. We're going to answer question number 2 this time. The short time provided for each set of partners keeps students moving, thinking, and interacting.
Okay, let's see here. In the story, what does the door symbolize?
The author keeps it pretty mysterious, but I think it symbolizes opportunity.
I never thought about it that way.
Once your students have answered all 3 pairs of questions, have your students return to their seats for a full class discussion. Go over the answers to the questions you handed out, and then ask students to share their questions and answers as well. These will give you insight into what your students still need help understanding or what they found particularly interesting. That's an amazing original question, Tara.
I know. I've been wondering about it all week.
Well, now we know the answer, and I'll make sure that we see it on a future assessment. The 3-question interview is a great way to get students out of their seats and interacting with one another. Remember, active learning makes content stick, so take every opportunity to incorporate movement into your lesson plans.
Wow. Thanks for sharing this great story with me, Kim.
You're welcome. Oh, I meant to tell you, Elizabeth and Tiffany were out looking for you earlier. They're in the holographic simulated classroom.
Okay, I'll go see what they want. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, Andres.
We have something really exciting to show you.
Yeah, while we were working on a new program, we found a great teacher video in the database.
Whoa, is that something we can watch in here?
Definitely. Computer. Yes, computer, I'm wonderful. I hope you are too. That's awesome. Can you please begin playback of Great Teacher Gamma 4?
I'm Kelsey. I'm teaching 5th grade ELA and I'm from the UK. My favourite part of teaching is that every day is different. You get a fresh start each day with each child that comes in. Every lesson is different. I love it. So I have a massive Harry Potter obsession. The children, my first year here, the kids loved it as much as me, and they were like, "Miss, you should do something with this." So every year I've kind of added on a bit more. And then this year I had like Welcome to Hogwarts. I love the books and I've got the kids involved, like reading the books. This year I'm an ELA teacher, so it works really well with the reading theme, and it's just magical. Every day's magical. I have the different houses, so each child, when they came to me, they did the kind of house sorting quiz, and I'm not grouping them by ability. Each house group has kind of my high ability, my low ability, and then they love being part of that team, so we do lots of activities like go get in your houses. I'll say like, okay, Hufflepuff, come to me now, it's your time to be with me. So the houses have really helped kind of identify as a team, and I'll ask them to do lots of things in their teams. So like if there's one person not pulling their weight, they do love to encourage each other, and it's nice to now see that they can kind of come together and talk about it first without needing me. So to hook each lesson, I'll have some attention getters, so I use the Harry Potter spells. I'll have like Expecto, and they'll say Patronum, or I'll say Wingardium, and they say Leviosa, and then that's their eyes on me, and that's when we're into lessons. With the comprehension questions, you get a lot of multiple choice answers. The first week I had them make their own wand, and then I bought some LED lights. So they come in 4 colors, and then multiple choice answers. Often they're like A, B, C, D. So they will put the color light on the wand, and then I'll say like Lumos, and then they'll light up their wands as such and show me the answer. So that's one that they really love. We love visual things in here, and we love things that I can get the kids to do to like move themselves and they can see for themselves. So I have the AR Quidditch Challenge, and we use a reading program here called Accelerated Reader. They have to read so many books, and they have to take a quiz on each book. They score points based on how well they do in their quiz. So I can track their results all on the computer, and then I have some helpers, and they will help me to see, okay, so-and-so has scored 2 points towards their goal, they're now at like 50%. So they will take the names and they will move them up the steps to try and reach 100%. So I have some that take it to extremes, and last quarter I ended up with a student who met like 1,000% of her goal. There's prizes at the end. They like donuts, so if you've met your goal, you earn your donut. The kids like helping each other, like, oh, come on, you're nearly there. They love it, it's engaging, and if it works for them, like I'll carry on with it.
Creating a central theme for your classroom helps you personalize your surroundings, and it serves a larger purpose. It's a lighthearted way to establish procedures while engaging your students on their level. You could create a campground in your classroom, a fairy tale, or even a superhero setting. The options are limitless. A classroom theme is a great way to engage your students in establishing routines and procedures that are both effective and fun to use. One thing you can do is create calls to attention that fit with your theme. For example, if you had a kingdom design in your classroom, you could say, "Hear ye," and have your students respond, "All eyes on your majesty." It's important to have fun with it and to be consistent. Establishing a classroom theme can also help you build rapport with your students. In order to be successful, research what's popular for the age group that you're teaching. High-interest TV shows, books, music, and movies can give you inspiration. Just make sure they are age-appropriate. Your theme doesn't have to be elaborate in order to grab student interest. Even if you just incorporate it through a bulletin board and a call and response technique, your students will appreciate that you've put in the effort. Games, 3D objects, and other interactive props can appeal to students' visual and kinesthetic needs. Finally, a classroom theme can help you build your students' imagination and creativity. It can foster a sense of play, which activates student understanding and memory. Consider your students' ideas when creating learning spaces, such as a cozy reading corner or curriculum-specific decorations. When you include your students' ideas in your design, you create an exciting new world of learning for them to step into each day.
Night shift already.
Hey, Andres.
Hey, Allie. Hey, Jacqueline. I like what you two have done with Mission Control.
Yeah, We like to keep it organized.
What else is going on tonight?
It's been very, very busy.
Oh, really? Let's get Kyle back up here and prepped for the next mission.
No, not like that. It's been very busy because of all the great teacher stories we've been receiving.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Can we take a look at one?
Sure, let me pull up one now. Here it is.
My name is Kumbo, and I teach life science and comprehensive science, 6th grade. I'm from Malawi. I make sure that my students are given opportunity to talk in class. I find this space as an open space for everybody. Everyone has to be welcome. So I like to let students talk, share their opinions, and let others learn from them. Last year, when a student gives an answer, some students would like to laugh at that answer. I was so stern on that. I said, no one stops anyone from giving out an opinion. We all learn from each other. So don't allow anybody not to talk when they have to. So that way they feel safety that Mr. Ntara has our back. I don't allow bullying in my class. If I hear any form of bullying, it has to be reported to me, and I need to take action on that. It's very important to let students feel safe. It's more imperative as a teacher to allow students to be free, to talk their opinions, and knowing also that what they know, probably other kids they do not know. So this creates a community where they can learn from each other. I've introduced a reward system in my class where students have to be well behaved. So I call it behavior links. Every class, when they're coming, they have 4 points. Once they do not follow the rules, then that will affect the whole class. So usually when they're misbehaving or they're not getting my attention, I go towards where I put my points in the class. And I say, I'm removing a point. So it goes everywhere. So everybody says, Mr. Ntara is going to take a point. So every student is being held accountable for the rest of the class. And it's been very, very much rewarding because every student wants to be on task, doesn't want to spoil from other kids getting rewards. So it's working very well for me. Of course, sometimes students may go out of hand in class. I need to use strategies that I've learned from my administrators, also from watching Launch Your Classroom. Usually I use proximity just to go toward them if I see maybe they are talking. And when I clap twice, they also clap twice. That way they are all quiet and they get their attention to the teacher. Or I could just say, okay, let's talk, let's just have a talk. And I push them back to the class. I have to reteach my expectations, remind them of what I expect from them, and encourage more positive behavior. Make sure you push in positive attitude to the students, encourage them as much as you can, and that the students can be able to see it and implement them in their own life every day. Because that's what humanity is all about. That's what we are supposed to be as humans. Be nice to each other, be kind to each other, say good words to each other. So it should start from the classroom. So I make sure they are safe, they are welcome in my class, so that they can share their experiences. And I can learn from them as they're learning from me.
In an ideal classroom environment, students learn not just from the teacher, but from each other's experiences. Opportunities to share personal stories build empathy, trust, and ultimately classroom community. Here's an exercise called Story of Your Life. Now, I've paired my students up with classmates they don't know very well yet. In just a moment, we'll have them share events from their lives that they think are really interesting.
Oh wow, one day I was walking home and I saw the greatest.
Austin, I can't wait to hear about that, but you're gonna have to hold that thought until we begin. You might feel shy sharing information about yourselves, but remember, you don't have to share anything you don't want to. You get to choose the stories.
Phew, I feel better now.
Afterward, you'll get to share that information with the class in a creative activity. Okay, let's begin. Look, the students are really enjoying this conversation. They're more comfortable sharing because they're just talking to one person. They're being really good listeners, too.
And then they announced the Space Museum was closing early. They turned the lights off and everything. I had to find my family out in the gift shop. And even now, I still get a little scared of the dark because I'd gotten lost behind the space shuttle.
Wow, I'd be scared too. You were really brave though. Did you think that they were going to launch you into space?
What a great story. Okay, for our creative activity, we're going to design movie posters for our partner stories.
Oh, cool.
It's super cool. You'll create a title for the movie about your partner's experience and draw the poster. Then we'll share. Yay, sharing time! Austin, please present the movie poster you made for Patrick's story.
Here it is. It's called Space Rescue, starring Patrick.
Excellent work. Patrick, I can't wait to see the poster you made for Austin's story. Hold tight 1 second while I wrap things up for the folks at home. This activity is a great way to build self-confidence and community. I'll bet these students will be much more comfortable working with one another going forward. So, take Kumbo's advice and start creating a classroom community of your very own.
Today we heard some amazing teacher stories. It's always a pleasure to see effective educators at work, and I'm glad that we were able to celebrate them on the show. However, there are many more success stories happening in classrooms every day, including yours. So take the time to recognize and rejoice in your own professional accomplishments. And please, feel free to share your story with us. This month on Launch Your Classroom, we're going to continue to focus on positive experiences occurring in schools across the United States. We'll be taking a look at recognizing your students for their efforts. We're going to have an expert interview discussing the importance of reflecting on your classroom successes. And we'll end the month with a wellness segment about ways you can reward yourself. So be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel to get all of our upcoming professional development content. Thank you, and we'll see you next time on Launch Your Classroom.